Okay, so imagine this. You are a lifelong basketball player. You love the game, love talking about it, love playing it. And you're like, you know what? You're in high school. You're like, okay, I want to play basketball in college. But I know that I'm not necessarily good enough, like to hit that extra edge to make a D1 athletics program. Or, I'm in California. I live in California. I don't think I'll be able to make a D1 squad in California. However, there is D2, and I'm going to go that route, right? I'm going to get a partial scholarship for basketball. I'm going to get my education, and I'm just going to have a good time in college. So you enroll at Sonoma State University. This is a school. This is a D2 school that plays in the California Collegiate Athletics Association. All right, and so in Sonoma, you're pretty good, right? You're a pretty good team. You're a team that, sure, is not dominant in the CCAA, but you're not a bad team either. Last year, you went 16-14 on the season. In conference play, you were 500 on the season. You're a pretty decent team that can, make some noise in conference play, though you never quite have a chance ever to finish at the top of the heap when it comes to your conference championship tournament. But you're good enough to be competitive. And you start the season off this year, and you first start off with some pretty not so good losses, right? You end up going on a 4-game losing streak, but you right the ship and start getting dubs as you head into conference play. And things are looking pretty good, right? Things are looking pretty good when it comes to conference play. You've won more games than you've lost, and you're looking pretty solid. And then a special day happens. It's January the 23rd. It's a Thursday. You are getting ready to play a game later that day against Stanislaus State. And you're just preparing for it, right? And then you hear from your someone in your dorm, and they're like, hey, did you hear that Sonoma State is getting rid of the basketball program? Actually, not just women's basketball. They're actually getting rid of all athletics for the university. And you're like, wait, what? We're getting rid of all the sports programs? And it's like, yeah, and we're also getting rid of some. They're also getting rid of some academic stuff as well. But yeah, they are getting rid of some sports, actually all sports. And you're like, okay, I got a game. I got to prepare for. So you focus yourself, and you play the game against Stanislaus State. And that's a game that you win, right? You got the dub, 71-56. But in the back of your head, you're like, dang, okay, we got the win. That's great. But Sonoma State is about to get rid of basketball. So I'm a junior. I want to play basketball next year for college. I can't do it at Sonoma State because they're the whole program, all of athletics is over. Now let's go to the report, please.
I was honestly shocked because my roommate, he's on the baseball team, and he was completely he was shocked too.
It was actually really shocking. We did not think that would happen whatsoever.
Sonoma State students in disbelief after learning about the university's plans to lay off faculty, eliminate academic departments, and cut the entire athletics program.
Number one, we want to try and fight to save Sonoma State athletics.
With virtually no notice, Sonoma State University administrators announced massive cuts by email, saying it's to best serve its current and future students and adapt to a changing higher education landscape. On the chopping block, all 11 sports programs, coaches, 46 other faculty members, lecturer positions, and some staff. On top of that, in alphabetical order, degree programs being eliminated include art history, dance, earth and environmental sciences, economics, French, gender studies, philosophy, theater, and women's studies. The main reason, a decade-long decline in enrollment by 38%. That means a loss of a lot of tuition, scholarships, and grants.
Y'all had offers everywhere else and chose here for soccer, and so now it just makes us all want to leave.
11 Division II NCAA teams will be cut by this fall. The university says they have to address a nearly $24 million deficit projected for next school year.
I know a lot of athletes are in the same boat. They came here for their sport.
I find it really disrespectful how this whole situation has been handled. They made us come back to campus, pay tuition, pay housing, sign leases for us to find out on the second day of school that we're no longer going to have a program.
You can't come in and just break apart a family that has been rooted here.
I even have roommates telling me that are not athletes. They say, oh, we don't want to come back here.
So this spring, you better watch out because we're ready for anything you're throwing at us. Yeah, believe that.
All right, so those are the specifics of what happened. And it's just another casualty of college athletics, right? This is nowhere near the first team, the first university that has had to cut programs for their athletics. But a lot of times you don't see a university say we're cutting all of athletics, right? Sometimes it's like, okay, we're cutting these programs right here, we're cutting this, but it's kind of rare-ish to see a full sweep, all teams done. Now, the good news for Sonoma State is that they are going to honor the scholarships that players have gotten, so that's a huge W, huge W. But now players are in a very interesting predicament because it's like, okay, well, we want to play, right? We want an opportunity to play the game that we love. And yes, we're on scholarship. Yes, we enjoy that. However, we wanna be able to still play basketball. And unfortunately for Sonoma State players, you're not gonna be able to do that next year. Right? This is a team that has, a significant amount of underclassmen, right? 2 freshmen on the team. They have 4 sophomores on the team as well, and these players and quite a few of the players on this team is from California, so they wanted to be local. That's why they chose Sonoma State, and now they got to pick somewhere else. They have to go somewhere else to play basketball if they want to play basketball. Some of these players will probably say, you know what, I'm already here. I enjoy staying here at this program, at the school, and so I'm just gonna stay, right? I'm gonna accept the scholarship money that I'm already getting this year for next year. I'm gonna stay. I'm not gonna play basketball anymore. Some of the players will do that, and other players will be like, you know what? Let me try to transfer to another CCAA school, and still play basketball. It's a bummer, but this is one of the things, man. This is what happens when schools face budget cuts, right? And California had to make a massive cuts, which hurt local schools like Sonoma State. And Sonoma State's like, yeah, we got to figure something out. And so they end up having to cut all programs. It's not great, but it's the reality of where we are when it comes to, colleges, because enrollment, was down at Sonoma State, right? They didn't have the funds necessary to continue everything. And because Sonoma State isn't like necessarily dominant in any sport, I think it made it probably easier for them to be like, you know what, let's just cut it all. It's not making us money. We're losing money on it. We'd rather get rid of some of these, all of these athletic programs instead of getting rid of a lot more when it comes to the academic side of things. And so, of course, basketball isn't everything. Sports is not everything. But I just wanted to talk about it because when I saw the story, I was like, wow. Like, I can't. Like, I was putting myself in their shoes and be like, man, that's wild. You're in the middle of your season, and then you find out, yep, you could finish the rest of the season, but next year, you're done. There is no more athletics at this school. It's just wild to think about. Like, it just, yeah, when I heard about it, I was like, oh man, I need to make a video about it because I think it's just wild. So like, yeah, I don't really report on D2 programs very often, but I wanted to talk about it because, I don't know, it's just wild. But, budget cuts are a thing, man. And I'd rather sports go than academics go when it comes to college, because that's the whole point of college is academics, not necessarily athletics, even though I love the athletics part of college. Anyway, since the news has been made, of course, on the 23rd, we saw Sonoma State women's basketball team get the dub, and then they just played Saturday, and they got the dub against Cal State Monterey Bay, 60-40. So like they're still winning games. They're gonna finish out their season strong, but now they got to figure out what is next. So we'll see what that journey ultimately holds, guys. thank y'all for watching this video. If y'all like these interesting stories about teams that you probably never heard of and whatnot, let me know by hitting that like button. It really does help the channel out a whole lot. And also leave a comment. What do y'all think about, Sonoma State getting rid of all college athletics for their school? Like, what do y'all think? And just so y'all know, like, the fact that they're getting rid of all of it, it's not coming back. Like, we're not gonna see, 5-10 years down the line when they may be in possibly a better financial situation for them to say, you know what, we're bringing it back. I don't think it comes back, because once you get rid of athletics, it's very hard to bring it back. Because one, upkeep of fields and whatnot. For basketball, it's a little different because it's just a gym. But like when it comes to like outdoor, athletics, that's not coming back because the field is not going to be maintained. And then you're gonna have to, get that back in order. And I just don't think athletics is coming back to Sonoma State, which is a bummer. But they'll have intramurals, I guess, so that's something. But yeah, it's just wild. Not even just for the players, but also just for the fans who are just used to. That's what they do on the weekend is they go to they go and watch their team play. And now, a little bit less activities at Sonoma State. So anyway, I'm rambling, but that's the video. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments, and I will see y'all in the next one. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.